What's up, everyone? I'm DJ Hamilton, and you're tuned into the DJ Sports Show, where we give you the latest, greatest, and most exciting sports stories in the world of sports, from interviews to having people's stories heard and told. This is the DJ Sports Show. Let's get it!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, DJ Hamilton, DJ Sports. You're watching on YouTube. Hit that like and subscribe button and share anybody you know who loves sports. And listen to audio platforms I'm on. Leave a 5-star rating and share anybody you know. We are test running StreamYard on this edition because Riverside's been giving me a lot of issues. Messed up a lot of my 2 episodes last week with Nicholas, and then me and Jeffrey, where I had to do one solo for a third take to get some content out for you guys last week. So it was very frustrating. But we are here. I got the whole gang with me. Talk some NFL Week 2 and talk about a little bit of that Crawford Terence fight at the end. Me and Nick will probably talk about that because Jeffrey didn't get to watch it. But how you doing today, fellas?
Doing great.
I'd be doing better if my team wasn't a disgrace.
Let's get right into it, y'all.
If last week there was potential there, but
last week was hope. This week was despair.
But here's the thing now coming after rewatching this Jets game versus the Bills. That game showed me Pittsburgh sucks more than the Jets are good, because the Steelers are not a good football team. I firmly believe that, because the Jets offense was putrid in this game. And I missed that Justin Fields. He was awful. And I sent this to you via text, and I want to see Jeffrey's reaction to this. And you're going to be like, oh my God. Did you know that Mitchell Trubisky, who stinks, he's awful. I don't know how he still has an NFL job right now. Mitchell god dang Trubisky
more passing yards than Justin.
had more passing yards than Justin Fields. What?
Yo,
he only played 3 snaps.
Bro, Josh Allen went out with a swollen nose.
Yeah, Josh Allen is running off the field.
2-yard pass, first down.
Josh Allen is running off the field right now with ragu coming out of his nose, and you have Mitchell Trubisky throwing more passing yards, looking more impressive than Justin Fields. That is a disgrace right there. And here's another disgrace. This Michael Clemens. Can they cut this guy now? Almost every single week, it's either he has an attitude issue or he causes a stupid penalty that kills the Jets. Get this guy off the field. I don't want to see this guy as a Jet ever again. I'm sorry. I get he has the talent. It's year 4, and he can't get his attitude in check. Get rid of this guy. And I am so angry with this because I had hope. I really did. And now that Justin Fields is concussed, we probably won't be seeing him next week. We got to deal with Tyrod, who didn't even look that great either in garbage time. Oh, my God.
I was watching that game. I said, man, I know Nick gotta be in misery right now.
And Tony Adams, like, get this guy out of my life. He stinks too, and I get he's out with a groin injury. Last week he was awful too. I get him off the field too. Oh my God, what a disgrace!
30-10 Bills to beat the Jets. Yo, the Jets had some good defensive possessions, but Michael Clemens, man, it was a 3rd and 19. You roughed the passer, and then you allowed the Bills to get a new set of downs and positioned them right inside the Jets' 20-yard line, which enabled James Cook to score a touchdown.
Oh my God!
As the Bills capitalized on the defensive miscues by the Jets. And we're gonna get into the Chiefs and Eagles later because that interception cost the Chiefs the game. But man, that you couldn't ask for a worse early start for the Jets. And shout out to Joey Bosa, man. 2 forced fumbles in the game. Man, Joey Bosa, he might be one of the biggest steals in free agency this past offseason. He was big.
When he signed, I legitimately said when Joey Bosa signed here and I saw the contract, I'm like, so he wants the ring chase. because that's a ring chase type of contract that you give to a player like that. And he looked really well. He really did. And they shut down Garrett Wilson. And besides Garrett Wilson, this team has nobody at wide receiver. And where the heck is Arian Smith? We saw him for like the first few plays. We use a 4th round pick on this kid. Where is he? What's he, in the witness protection program or something?
Oh, as a Georgia fan, you do not want Arian Smith on the field. That guy dropped more passes than my dead grandmother at Georgia last year. I promise you. You see that -10 in the rushing? You see the way he ran backwards? Yeah, you don't want
that was bad too. And how about the great Alan Lazard too? He finally comes back after being a healthy scratch, and the only thing he basically scratches is the amount of time he gets on the field. He barely put a dent into MetLife Stadium. I mean, seriously. Nick Folk was the only highlight of the first half. He scored the only 3 points.
Yo, I can't.
3 fumbles total. You want to talk about that for the Jets?
Oh man,
Disgrace.
Costly fumbles, man. Costly.
And what happened to the play calling? Where was the play calling from last week? The play calling was absolutely abysmal. And you have I like Aaron Glenn on the sidelines, but he looked lost. He looked like a deer in headlights out there who absolutely yelled at everyone at that locker room.
They made James Cook look like Barry Sanders, 21
Oh
carries.
my god. They made Fred Jackson look like he was basically Thurman Thomas on that field.
Yo.
Oh my god.
Oh, the misery. I can't imagine you going through it.
Don't even get. And this secondary is abysmal. Like, excluding Ahmad, who was mediocre in this game. Oh my! And here's another thing too. Even though this didn't matter, the officiating sucked in this game. Like, you had Justin Fields. There was one play where he did a slide, and the Bills defender, I think it was Benford or something, hits him while he was sliding. Are you going to throw the flag there? Like, hello, that's easily a penalty. Nah, let's not do that because we hate this team. But when Josh Allen does it, you throw the flag.
I'm so dead. Nah, last week you guys had a lot of hope. You guys were showing a lot of good signs of resilience, a lot of good defensive resistance. I liked what I saw from the offense last week, the confidence from Justin Fields. But this week, I'm just like, damn. It shows that there are levels to this, man. Like, you're going against a Bills team that's legitimate contender.
It shows more that Pittsburgh is a way worse team.
Yeah.
And they didn't even look that good this week either.
Yeah. That Seahawks game.
And Caleb, even though they used the late round pick on Caleb Johnson, I'm pretty sure if he didn't get a late round pick used on him, he would be cut. How do you not know that you can, if you touch the ball, don't worry, nothing happens, it's a dead ball. You touched it. Cover the dang thing. What are you, Malachi Corley, where you run into the end zone, drop a touchdown before you cross it? What do you rub? Rub some stickum on your hands and catch the football.
Yeah,
Go.
You might have to. Hey, call up. People used to accuse Jerry Rice of having stickum because he was.
No, I think Jerry Rice admitted it. I think he did admit to using.
He didn't even need to have it because he was just that good.
Yeah, it's basically like Barry Bonds in baseball. Like, he didn't need steroids to be a good player. He just did it anyways.
Yo, Jeffrey's facial reaction expressions got me dead. He's just like, oh, he's so miserable.
I told you I was gonna get you some clips for this stream because my team's a disgrace. And what's there really to look forward to with my team, huh? Another loser season. And people are like, oh, but it's the Bills. They're Super Bowl contenders. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You got the L's. They looked embarrassing. Last week was against the Steelers. And people are like, oh, but the Steelers are a good team. They have a coach who should have been fired in 2020. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
Like, what is there to look forward to with this team? The prospects that could be something that they'll ruin in a year or two?
You play the Buccaneers next week. You got the Dolphins after that.
Loss. Even though Miami sucks too. But that's a loss. That's a game the Jets always lose.
You got the Cowboys after that.
Loss.
Broncos. That's a
loss.
Panthers.
Win. Panthers suck.
Yeah, you might have a chance there. And then the Bengals.
Bryce Young had 350 yards passing or something.
Yeah, because the Cardinals are a mediocre football team. And in that first 75% of the game, Bryce Young looked like Jamarcus Russell without the purple drank.
Yeah,
That is how bad Bryce Young was. And the Cardinals are a mediocre football team. They really are. That's what that game showed me.
Yeah. I remember, it was us three that did the NFC West. I think we all agreed that the Cardinals were kind of a mediocre team at best. Like they're just a wild card team. They inconsistent. They have the talent, but just never put it all together consistently.
2-0.
Yeah, they're 2-0 because week 1 they faced the Saints, who suck. They couldn't even beat. They had Mac Jones.
Like, does that game even count? You might as well just get that like a week 0 game. That doesn't count.
They had Mac Jones throw 3 touchdowns. Mac Jones. You had him go back to his Alabama days. Throw 3 touchdowns.
I mean, his rookie year in New England, he wasn't bad. He was pretty good.
He wasn't that bad either.
He was a Pro Bowler.
It all went downhill the moment they hired Bill O'Brien and Joe Judge and Nat Patricia. One's a special teams coordinator, one's a defensive coordinator, to come in and coach him offensively. Way to go, Bill. Way to go, buddy.
Bill Belichick, now UNC.
He sucks in UNC too. He's a terrible college coach.
Oh, sounds like everyone sucks tonight.
He sounds like a miserable parent.
You know what? I'll bring some positivity. James Cook, he is great. James Cook is a very good NFL running back. He has quick cuts. He gets to the line of scrimmage. He doesn't just dance around.
He's on my fantasy team too. He is on my fantasy team.
Yeah, me too. And that makes me quite happy. But he doesn't just dance around like some of these running backs do. We'll watch this guy Thursday night. Can't even just hit the hole. That's all you have to do. Hit the hole, get the first down. No. He does all of that. And he had 132 yards to show for it. 2 touchdowns. 44-yard run, and then Josh Allen, even when he wasn't bleeding out, he did a great job. He had 148-yard passing, which isn't great, but rushed for almost 60 yards, had a really long 40-yard run. So the Bills, the Jets don't have the greatest defense in the world, but it's not bad at all. And I think the Bills definitely have a lot to look forward to this year, especially rebounding off last week. You want to make sure no one's hungover, no one's just riding the wave of beating the Ravens and just kind of flying into the Jets' place thinking that they're just going to blow them out of the water. No, they didn't think that at all. It was a new week, new game, and they're ready for it, and they did, in fact, blow them out of the water. So they also have a lot to look forward to.
How about the great Matt Prater, too? That dude is – Prater. I apologize.
He's good.
He's like Tyler Bass. Like, you could stash him on IR for the entire season. With the way Matt Prater's kicking, like, he's kicking like he was during his Denver Bronco games. He actually looked really well in Buffalo. And you got to give credit to Josh. That dude's nose was as swollen as a clown walking across, at the circus. That's how swollen his nose got, and he played really well. He really did. He played through the pain, and trust me, knowing how the nose affects your breathing sometimes, super hard to do, and he played really well. And then again, the Jets quit. The defense quit. The offense actually looks fine when Jeremy Ruckert finally did something in his career and caught a touchdown. But I like what I saw from Matt Prater. I really did. Buffalo did a good job, and I'm telling you, Buffalo, this is your last chance. If you can't do it this year, I'm giving up on you. Like I've given up on Baltimore last year. This is your last chance. If you can't go to a Super Bowl this year, I'm done with you.
Speaking of Buffalo, they had that great week 1 win in an incredible fashion over Baltimore. That was crazy. That was an offensive shootout. And now that they won that game against a tough playoff and contender opponent in Baltimore, they kind of have an easy schedule until week 9. Every other opponent they're playing is teams that did not make the playoffs last season until week 9 when they played the Chiefs. So they could potentially be going 8-0 going into week 9. They have a very favorable schedule in their favor. So this is a Buffalo team we might be talking about when a number 1 seed in AFC potentially down the road. If they could stay healthy, their guys continue to play well, Josh Allen keep playing at an MVP level, this is a potentially dangerous team. I think Buffalo can go far this year. And like Nick said, I think this is a year they really need to capitalize on this opportunity. You got an easy schedule. Your next 5-6 games, teams are not even they should have no business beating
you.
You
got the Saints, you got the Pats, you got the Panthers, you got the Dolphins next week. The only decent team. Oh my gosh, as Drake London fumbles. I was going to say the only decent team on that schedule is the Falcons. They just turned it over.
Are you sure they're a decent team when you say that they fumbled?
As Drake London caught the ball, I saw my fantasy points. They were going up and up and up and up and up, and then
that's basically Kyle Pitts' career in a nutshell, going up and up and up and up, and then disappearing.
He actually has a few receptions tonight. He probably has like 30 yards. He's been doing well.
Oh, that's pretty rare.
Yeah, I know that. Typically, that's like hit the peak of the season, so we probably won't see him the rest of the year.
Probably not.
Yeah. Well, if he gets to a touchdown.
Well, now that Jonnu Smith is gone, maybe that'll change. But
yeah, they have like my grandfather out there as the second string tight end. They have my grandfather, and then they have the guy who was a quarterback then became a tight end, Felipe Franks. Yeah, I don't know why he ever thought it was a good idea to become a tight end because I don't think he's played a single snap in the NFL. But he wasn't good at quarterback either, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
He was decent in the preseason.
So it's Stetson Bennett. And Stetson Bennett has also never played a snap in the NFL.
And probably never will, to be honest with you.
Which sucks because I love that guy, but
I don't.
When you go into the NFL as a 28-year-old who's like 5'9", then there's not really that much hope for you.
That's basically sort of my mentality with a bunch of teams this year. And like we already mentioned Carolina, we already mentioned the Saints. Both teams suck. But when Joe Burrow got injured, that's my mentality with the Bengals. Mm-hmm. And look, I love Jake Browning. I think he's a good good backup to have. But I mean, man, with that turf toe injury, I think he's out 4 to 6 weeks because that lingers. And with Joe Burrow being like one of the only like 3 or 4 good players on this offense, you got to get him to be healthy. And I mean, they did pull out the win against the Jaguars. I mean, that was unacceptable. And let's say this as well. Did you see Trevor Lawrence and Liam Cohen having basically an argument mid-play in the aftermath? That's a problem. Like, you got to have your coach and quarterback. Like, we never seen Trevor Lawrence act this way at all with the coach. And this is a guy who had Urban freaking Meyer as his head coach, who cared more about kicking kickers and basically staying at home to cheat on his wife than coaching the team.
Crazy.
Well, it's the truth. I mean, he basically cheated on his wife in that video at the bar.
Crazy.
You don't act like that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But seriously, like when I saw Trevor Lawrence, by the way, this is his make or break year with Jacksonville. If he can't get it together this year, goodbye, see you, out the door. But they already signed him to a long-term contract. So that's going to be tough to imagine if like the Falcons do like a trade where they trade Kirk Cousins' awful contract for Trevor Lawrence's contract or something like that.
Would you want him on your team, Jeffrey?
Yeah, I'd take him because he's so much younger. And I watched them all was he at 3 years, 4 years at Clemson? He was there a long time. Everyone got to see him. He was great starting as a freshman. So, yeah, will he ever be the the Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson? No, of course not. But everyone had those expectations, and I think all that stuff still lingers. So I'd definitely take him over Kirk Cousins, who's probably, if he got shoved into a wall a little bit too hard by the wind, he'd tear his Achilles. So.
Jesus Christ! So would Michael Penix. This is a guy who's on his like 5th ACL or something like that.
If we lose both of those guys, Felipe Franks, remember him? I was just talking about him. Yeah, don't want to see that. We're not transitioning back to.
I think Tim Boyle's available if you want to pick him up and start.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
How does he keep getting NFL jobs?
I'm sure the brisk wind will blow their ACL out at this point. Because they're always hurt.
It's like the San Francisco 49ers. Like almost everyone's hurt every single year. And the year that they never get hurt, they're a Super Bowl contender. This year they're hurt.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Injuries just suck.
And last year too.
Yeah. You know who else kind of sucks too?
Oh gosh. Oh.
Chicago. Chicago sucks. They suck.
Let's hear it.
They really do.
Let's hear it.
I didn't get to watch that game, but I saw the score.
I did.
I did. Wow.
And
52 to
Caleb-
21. Detroit offense was exploding.
Yeah,
I remember we were
they
worried
were-
about them last week. But I'm like, oh, they're
Yeah.
playing Chicago though.
And
5 touchdowns, Jared Goff.
And week 1 they
23,
played Green
28.
Bay. Week 1 they played Green Bay, who is absolutely a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah.
And I mean, you gotta be in a much better place as a Lions fan, knowing how many points you put up and with how great the Packers are. You have to be like on that high note. Like the Colts this week. I mean, we all didn't think the Colts were gonna do much this year. I mean, week 1 they beat down the Dolphins, another loser franchise, and this week they looked pretty impressive against the Broncos. And I gotta say, Bo Nix, he's absolutely at a sophomore slump. Absolutely at a sophomore slump. And I mean, luckily he has Sean Payton there, but they gotta wake up over there. But Indiana Jones, I'm not calling him Danny Dimes anymore. I love the new nickname Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones. That's sick. I love
that.
That
Is a good nickname. I'm calling him. I am calling him that there. Yeah, if he plays like he has been, I mean, knowing how bad that division is, they could take this division. They really could. And I'm telling you, if he plays as well as he has, Anthony Richardson will get traded during the trade deadline. That is my prediction.
Danny Jones Pro Bowler this year, if he keeps playing like this?
Well, the Pro Bowl doesn't mean anything anymore,
Yeah.
but I'm going to say yes,
Okay.
but the Pro Bowl means nothing.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go as far and say all pro, hell no, but but yeah, no, that's interesting to see. Now I was gonna say Detroit Lions, I'm like, damn, Jared Goff, five touchdowns, no picks, 334 yards. Oof. I didn't get to watch that game, but man, he was going off.
Yep.
in that game.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
that is. Did this offense find their mojo again or something, or is it just the Chicago Bears?
I think the Chicago Bears just suck. And look, I Caleb looked okay in this game. It's just I think that defense looked way worse than the offense did. But let me just say something as well with this Lions squad. Like Amon-Ra is great. I want to see more of Tesla. I really do. I think he's a great player. They did give him a few more snaps. I'm trying to pull up what he did in this game. Hold on.
Tesla had one reception for 29 yards.
Yes, I want to see him more.
He made a catch too. He's only made two catches so far this year, and they've both been phenomenal catches.
Oh my God, that kid's a player.
More looks. Like if he gets more looks,
when you're behind Sam Laporta, it's definitely difficult. And Amon-Ra and then Jameson Williams, of course, has really been turning it on over the last like 8 weeks of football or whatever. But
yeah, and Amon-Ra is that kid. I still think Justin Jefferson's the best receiver in football, but Amon-Ra might be number 2.
He's good.
Yeah.
You think you'll put him over Jamar Chase? You would put him. You'll usurp Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase the season last year.
You know what? I'm debating myself on that one. Maybe I'll put Chase 2 and Amon-Ra number 3.
Yeah. I would put Raw over like Hill now for certain, and
well,
guys like
Hill is Tyreek Hill even going to have a job in the middle of the season? Like, it's clear the players the players in that locker room hate Tyreek Hill because if they didn't,
Miami, he's done. He's done. He's
if
been
he
done.
did,
remember last year he said, "Goosey's like trade me." Like he's been checked out, man.
Well, he should have been cut after week 18 when he basically said, "I'm done." That is when they should have cut him.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, the fact they didn't make him a captain at all for week 1 is telling to me. I don't think they like him at all. And dude, Tua, like, I'm glad you got that big contract and that you're financially secure. You got to stop with some of these throws, man. Like, they were awful. In week 1, I rewatched that game, and some of those picks were so terrible. Nathan Peter meme is somewhere in the crowd cheering him on. That is how bad he was.
Yo,
with some of these throws.
This podcast is comedy. Real life comedy tonight, man. Y'all coming with it, man. Jeffrey with the grandmother metaphor. Yo, nah, my grandmother.
You want to know something else that's comedic? Did you hear the news about Shedeur Sanders? Apparently, like the Baltimore Ravens were going to draft him, and Shedeur is basically like, "Nah, I'm good."
He is so full of himself. So full of himself. It is ridiculous. He falls all the way to the 5th round, and the Ravens finally. It was his grace. He was saved. They saved his life. That's what they did. They came in and they're like, "Hey, we know we've passed on you 4 times already. Everyone else has passed on you 4 or 5 times already. But we're gonna give you some money. We're gonna throw you a bone, and you can sit behind one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. You can learn, you can develop, you can be humble, because clearly that's what you need." That's what they said. They didn't say it. They didn't say it verbally, but that's what they meant. That's what they were thinking.
And you want to know what he said?
His dad was like, no, you should come back to Colorado. I guarantee it.
You want to know what's funny?
If you are listening, you need to think long and hard, because Dylan Gabriel, the lefty, played today. You didn't. Dylan Gabriel, in that terrible game, you are the 3rd quarterback, maybe the 4th quarterback. I don't know where Deshaun Watson's at nowadays, but you might be the 4th quarterback on your own team when you could have been in the 2nd behind one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
You want to know what's funny? What was the last team Deion Sanders played in his NFL career?
I don't even remember.
The Baltimore Ravens. Oh my God. I mean, when I heard that in the news, I'm like, yeah, there's a reason why you dropped, and it's the attitude. So I don't want to hear RG3 out there basically saying, there's something very weird going on here that's not out of his control. That's true. He is in control of it. It's called attitude, buddy. And it's clear Shador's attitude is the reason why he dropped all that. I mean, Tyler Shuck, who is like 6 years older than him, went in round 2. They'd rather take him, the Saints, who, by the way, he should be the starter for the Saints. Rattler stinks. He stinks. And Shador goes up and he's like, "Hey, you have an opportunity to learn with Lamar Jackson. Nah, I'm ready to play now. I don't want to play for you guys."
Nah, there's not a lot of things.
I wonder if he was like that when the Toronto Argonauts basically added him to their negotiation list to play in the CFL. And he's like, "Nah, I'm good. I don't want to play the CFL."
Nah, there's a lot of things in life you can't control, but there are a few things you can control. That's your attitude, your behavior, and your thoughts, man. Like, hey, Shador, get it together, man. That's all I got.
And your looks.
You can control your physical health by exercising and all that, and taking care of yourself.
And going under the knife if you're like a celebrity. If you want to pull like a Michael Jackson or something like that. Yeah. But you know what I mean.
Oh God, this guy. Nick's trying to get canceled for that.
No, I'm not. It's true. I mean, I've lost track how many times he's gotten that. He even admitted in his book that he went under the knife for like plastic surgery or something.
He wrote a book? Oh gosh.
Oh God.
Yeah, he even was like, he even got interviewed by like Oprah or something like that, and he basically said, "I only had like 2 surgeries." Oh, yeah, and Hulk Hogan's the most honest person in America.
Yeah. Back to football. All right, so the next game I wanted to talk about that I got to watch was the Eagles versus the Chiefs. So a rematch, Super Bowl 59. We saw the Eagles and Chiefs go out at Arrowhead Stadium. And I didn't like how the Chiefs looked in their week 1 against the Chargers. They lost that game by 1-score game. And especially last year when they won a lot of games within 1-score games, they never really lost. But coming into this game, I wanted to see, okay, how are they going to bounce back? You don't have Xavier Worthy out with a dislocated shoulder. And it's good news regarding Worthy is he's expected to be back maybe even as early as next week. They're saying he's looking really good. His shoulders, he didn't need no surgery on his shoulder, no operation. So that's a good sign for them. And I'm kind of worried, okay, how is their offense going to look? No explosion, no downhill threat. Rashee Rice is still out for at least until week 7. He's serving a 6-game suspension. So the only guy you really have reliable as a receiving target is Travis Kelce.
Are you sure he's still reliable?
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into it. Hold on. We're gonna get into it. I was gonna say before, we're gonna get into like he was. Honestly, I think he's starting off better, looking a little bit more spry than he did beginning of last year. I don't know if it's because the engagement to his wife Taylor Swift.
Wait, he got engaged?
Yeah.
Really?
Because
when?
I'm not gonna lie. The beginning of last year, he was not looking this good in the beginning of the season. He was not moving that well. I didn't like the way he was moving. He was a little slow, looking like he was looking ready to retire like a grandpa. But this year, he looks a bit more spry in his steps, especially coming out of his routes. And I'm loving what I'm seeing. But Mahomes, especially in the first half, something was off with the passing game. His throws were a little bit short, some too long. But his running game, he was really running that football. He was aggressive. There was even a play I saw when he took it to the red zone for a 13-yard touchdown. And the play prior to that, he babied Andrew Makuba, and he basically called him a little boy. Just the way he just pushed him down, put his shoulder into it. One thing about Mahomes is he's not as fast or elusive like Lamar Jackson, and he's not as big as Josh Allen. But he is a strong dude. He has some stock to his frame. I think people underestimate that about Mahomes. And he's able to scramble for the 10, 15 yards whenever he needs to. And we saw it on that offensive drive for the Kansas City Chiefs when he scored that touchdown. I think that was their first touchdown of the game because they were really struggling to put points on the board. And that's something that's been part of this offense.
Before watching this game, I thought Tyquan Thornton wasn't on an NFL roster. And when he scored that touchdown, I'm like, he's still employed? I'm not even joking. Like, Tyquan Thornton's a speed, like, he's got speed, and no other good qualities as a receiver. But when I saw him caught that touchdown, I'm like, didn't realize he was still in the NFL.
Yeah, that's how it shows the personnel that what's it called? Mahomes doesn't really have at receivers, especially with Worthy out and Rasheed Rice.
Yeah,
he doesn't really have a lot of elite receiving options to throw to. I mean, Hollywood Brown, he's solid, but
yeah. Juju is pretty much a scrub now. I mean, Juju kind of stinks now.
Yeah, Juju Smith-Schuster, he's at a different stage.
Great guy.
He's not what he was in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
and
great guy.
Travis Kelce, he's not what he used to be either. He's not in his prime of his career. He's on the twilight of his career. So that's something I'm just worried about. The offense, the defense looked really good. I know the points in this game really came hard to get. Like, no team was able to get. It wasn't like the Bills-Baltimore game we saw last week. This was a defensive game. And I love how the Chiefs defense looked, especially against the Eagles offense. There was a time they forced the Eagles to settle for 2 field goals, and they did pressure Hurts a good amount of times in this game. And they did have a few sacks on him, including a 4-yard loss on a sack. Shout out to rookie Omar Norman-Lott. I think he's going to be a key piece for them this year. He looks really good in this game against the defending champions. He didn't back down at all.
Dude, you know who didn't look good in this game? The Chiefs O-line. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That O-line is a problem.
And Josh Simmons went out with an injury. I was no.
And they basically had to start the guy who they originally were going to have as the starter. I think his name is Morris, if I remember correctly. I can't remember. But the guy who they
Raheem Morris, something like that.
I think that's his name. Yeah, they gave a 2-year, $30 million contract to him. He stinks. I mean, I saw him play. He stinks. And here's what I got to say about the Chiefs. I'm not panicking yet because this Chiefs team played 2 tough teams. The Chargers are a very tough team because it's a divisional matchup. And the Eagles are a Super Bowl team. I think they're trying to wait to get all their main pieces back. And like the O-line is concerning. And the running game, Kareem Hunt was awful today. Like, he did not look like, yes, he had 31 rushing yards. Pacheco didn't do much as well, but Hunt fumbled. He didn't look all that great, but I think they're waiting for all their pieces to come back once Worthy gets healthy. I think once Rasheed Rice, even though he's lucky to still have a job in the NFL after the whole car crash fiasco, him being back will be a big get for them. But this offensive line is a tremendous problem for them.
It was Wanya Morris.
Wanya Morris. Okay, yeah. It doesn't matter. He stinks anyways. So, but the Chiefs O-line is, I think, the big problem here for this team. I mean, the defense was okay. I mean, compared to last week, I thought the defense was okay. I mean, listen, it's the Philadelphia Eagles. And my favorite part of the game was when they were kneeling it down. I think it was Chris Jones that basically said, we only held you to 100 yards or something like that. And one what Jalen Hurts responded with, yeah, but we still got the W. It's so
funny. That's crazy. And it's not like, what were you going to say, Jeffrey?
Problem with the Chiefs is their schedule over the next few weeks before they get Rasheed Rice, before they get Worthy back. They play the Giants next week. I'm sure that'll be a win. But then they got the Ravens. The Jags look good today. And then they got the Lions. So they have Ravens and Lions over the next 4 weeks before you
got
get
Commanders too. Commanders. And the Bills.
And then the Bills right after that. So they got a really big gauntlet of a schedule over the next 7 weeks. Those are 4 really good teams. And then we were talking about the receivers. I don't even know who Nico Remigio is, but he was one of their leading receivers today. One of their backup tight ends, Tyquan Thornton. Him,
Stinks.
Hollywood Brown, and Juju Smith-Schuster should not be your 1, 2, and 3 wide receiver targets for a perennial Super Bowl contender. That just shouldn't be the case. Rashee Rice I don't know if he's ever going to come back at this point.
I hope not. I mean, like I said, if it was me, I would have cut him after that whole car crash. How do you run away from an 8-man car crash that you caused? Like, why run away from that? But there's problems in Kansas City, but I'm not worried yet. Here's when I'll get worried. If they look awful against the New York Giants next week, who, by the way, I don't care what anyone says, that team is still not good. And I got to tell you this. If they looked bad against the Giants that week, that is where I would have severe problems with. Because, look, the Giants may have looked great this week, but the Cowboys lost. Like, they didn't have Deron Bland on their team. And if it wasn't for Russell Wilson making that stupid intercept, why would you throw deep at overtime to give the ball back to Dallas? I mean, thank you, because Dallas was my survivor pick this week. But that last throw was terrible. And I do wonder something. You think James Hudson's going to get cut after, like, the whole fiasco that he did? Like, he got penalized, like, 5 straight times, I think it was, in one drive. And when the coaches basically said to him, "You're benched," he was arguing with the coaches. I mean, bro, you were punching a Dallas Cowboys player when you were blocking him. What did you expect?
Shocked you didn't get ejected for punching somebody. That's crazy.
I agree.
I'm shocked. Because we had someone get ejected just for spitting on somebody. Yeah. So the punch is physical contact. So I'm like, wait, you don't get ejected for that? We saw Jalen Carter get ejected for spitting on opening night.
DJ, I'll tell you 2 reasons why. 2 words. Heinous ref ball.
Damn.
The officiating has sucked for years in the NFL.
Yeah.
Why can't you get a Skyrim judge like the UFL has? Like, the UFL's officiating is so much better. They need a Skyrim judge badly, and the NFL refuses to do it. I don't get these people. I don't.
No, that's crazy. But yeah, week two was interesting, man. I know who won. The Ravens, I know, won that game convincingly. It was the Browns though, so I don't want to get too hype on that. Even though I had them coming out the AFC this year, I need to see them beat teams like the Bills and the Chiefs. And like the real contenders. And
they should have beat the Bills last week if it wasn't for that fumble.
Yeah, that's why I need to see. But then before we finish, we gotta finish the Chiefs game. But yeah, that Travis Kelce, man, he dropped the pass right near the red zone when it would have been a touchdown. And I'm like, oh no. And then he saw Makuba take it 41 yards down the field, get to the Philadelphia 41. And I said, right there, that's the game. I knew the game was over the moment Josh Simmons got hurt for the Chiefs. Like, I'm like, yeah, it's early in the game. They could adapt. But once he got hurt, I'm like, yeah, the Chiefs ain't winning. Yeah. I mean, and then once Kelce dropped that pass, I'm like, God damn. And I was like, no,
he basically
not again.
tried it.
Like,
when he dropped that pass, do you think he used like the Swift mop that like they sell at stores? Do you think he used like the Swift products that like clean his ear or something like that?
Don't bother too much. He was doing good before that, man. All right, I'm gonna stick up for him.
No, I'm being serious with you. Like,
he does not have butterfingers, but it happens once in a while. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. I mean, once in a while, you have like the Swift mop pad on your.
He's a top 5 tight end of all time. He doesn't have butterfingers, but it happens to humans.
I don't know about all time though.
He's a top 5 tight end of all time. Come on, just stop it.
Gonzalez is up there.
People have him over Gonzalez. People have him over Gonzalez.
No, I'd rather have Gonzalez over him. Jimmy Graham's up there, in my opinion.
Gronk.
Gronk's up there.
Yeah, Gronk. I'll have Gronk over him.
I'm trying to think who else. There's plenty of tight ends.
Over him?
Oh boy. I mean, maybe you could argue him at number 5, but point is, like, I'd rather have Gonzalez over him. I'd rather have Gronk over him. I'd rather have Jimmy Graham over him. In my opinion, like, look, Jimmy Graham, very underrated tight end. I don't know. I have to think it through. I mean,
yeah.
Mike Ditka, you got to throw in there. I mean, he was a very underrated tight end for Chicago.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that play was a huge play, and then that allowed Philadelphia to, after that big 41-yard game by Makuba. Man, that allowed, and then that 15 face mask penalty on the Chiefs that allowed the Eagles to advance the ball even more within their territory.
Oh,
And
how
then,
did I forget? How did I forget top tight ends and not mention Antonio Gates? I'm an idiot.
oh yeah, I was about to say that too. Antonio Gates. Now there's a lot of great players in the history, but yeah, that fit. And then there was a 15 face mask penalty on the Chiefs that allowed the Eagles to advance the ball in the territory. And one play call I kind of question is, why would the Chiefs try to blitz the Eagles, a team that is an elite offense? They're so smart with the football and running their possessions, and then you allow Trent McDuffie and Smith to go one-on-one, and Smith has the height advantage, and that pass basically just floats in the air. Smith goes up, catches it like it's nothing, gets within to like the 5-yard, 10-yard line. I'm just like, bro, this is why you don't blitz against a team like the Eagles, man, because they're gonna find a way to capitalize on your miscues, man.
Uh-oh.
What?
According to the NFL, Joe Burrow is feared to have suffered a grade 3 turf toe injury that will require surgery and sideline him for 3 months.
Oh God.
That's a big deal now. Bengals, I got 2 words for you. You screwed.
Yeah.
No, you're done.
hey, I predicted this team would be the worst team in that division, so there's a chance I might be right here. But yeah, if that's confirmed, this is confirmed by the actual, I have it right here, the actual NFL Twitter account just tweeted it.
Yeah. Adam Schefter's about to tweet any second now.
Yeah.
He hasn't already.
Yeah. Yeah, he just tweeted it as well, so.
He's always on it right away.
Okay, so this just broke while we were recording this with Joe Burrow.
That's crazy.
That's a big loss.
Sick. Yeah,
that's a big loss.
That shakes up the AFC a bit, because the Bengals, I thought, would be one team that could maybe. I didn't think they'll be a contender for Super Bowl, but I thought they could be a team that could make some noise in the AFC.
You know what sucks too? This is probably going to save Zach Taylor his job.
Oh, hold on. What about Kirk Cousins?
I don't know.
Maybe it's a chance.
The Bengals are a cheap organization. I don't know if they want to take on that contract. I could see them going after AR.
Yeah, but the Falcons have money. They might try to get the Falcons to spend a little bit of money on that contract. But if they're 2-0, we're starting off well.
Yeah, they could do an Osweiler effect type move, like attaching like a second round pick, like a top pick to the deal, just to get rid of his contract if they wanted. Like that's what the Texans did to the guy out of Osweiler, and if I remember correctly, what the Rams did to get out of Aqib Talib. No, or either the Rams or the Broncos to get out of Aqib Talib's contract. They traded him, and I think it was a 5th or 4th round pick to Miami when they were basically tanking for Tua. But yeah, that's a big loss for Cincinnati. I just saw that pop up on my phone, and I hate interrupting you guys, and I'm probably going to get punished or fined for this, knowing DJ. But had to say that. I'm just kidding.
Fine is crazy.
I'm just here so I won't get fined. Okay?
Nah, you're good, man. Hey, sometimes that happens. Breaking news on the show, man. That's what happens, man. That's part of the business. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, any other surprises in week 2 for you guys before we transition? To talk a little bit of the boxing fight.
Just that Dallas game was crazy. Dak Prescott looked really good. Russell Wilson looked incredible. 450 passing yards. Are you kidding me? Everyone in New York, everyone in New Jersey, everyone in America wanted Russell Wilson to be executed last week and Jackson Dart to be brought on as
you did get brought on Jackson Dart for like 4 plays.
Jackson Dart lost some yards too, but that's besides the point. Everyone wanted him gone. Everyone said he was washed. Everyone said he was done. And he came back and he looks like prime Russell Wilson. He didn't look like that guy who's in all those commercials now. And he didn't look like he didn't care anymore. He looks like he wanted to prove people wrong. He went into Dallas and he should have won that game. He played like he should have won that game. They didn't rush very well. Cam Scatterbo, 11 carries for 45 yards and a touchdown. He actually had a decent game, but it was all Russell Wilson. He had 41 pass attempts, and they only ran the ball 21 times. 3 of those were scrambles from Russ. So you're going to be really excited if you're a Giants fan. Yes, that sucks, but also Wendell Robinson and Malik Neighbors had over 300 yards combined. So you have your number one. You already knew you had Malik Neighbors. That was obvious. But Wandale Moore has really come on so far this year and at the end of last year. He's just played phenomenal over these last couple of games. And Russ, maybe he'll stick around longer than people thought. I think it's definitely going to be telling to see over the next couple of weeks how well Russ does. Because, like I said, last week, everyone hated him. Everyone wanted him gone. Now he's the greatest quarterback of all time after throwing for 450 yards. So it'd be really telling to see how well he does over the next couple of weeks to see if he can actually keep it up. Or maybe this is just like a Kirk Cousins 2024 moment to where you throw your 400, 500-yard passing game and then you're done by, week 7, week 8, week 9. So
that's probably the week Mike McDaniels is getting fired, by the way.
maybe.
I mean, Miami sucks. But do you want to know? Do you want to know what Mike McDaniels apparently said during his press conference after losing the Patriots?
Was he vaping?
We have to win the game, not lose the game, honestly, and that's how you lose the game. That is legitimately what he said.
He's funny. He's a really funny guy.
He's a funny guy, but not a good. He's basically Robert Saleh, but he actually tries to enforce some sort of punishment if he's not getting high on the sidelines.
Crazy. Hey, Giants.
That's what he said. That's what he sidelined. And I like McDaniel week 8.
So, Jeffrey, you said Russ. I know Russ had a great game. Should we call him Danger Russ again?
No, I wouldn't go that far. I think he probably has a couple grandkids at this point, so I definitely wouldn't go that far. But
I don't know. He always brags about his life of who's he married to?
Sierra. Sierra. Come on, y'all. Y'all gotta get with the culture, man. What? Sierra.
It's not
the multi Grammy.
It's not my fault. I don't have any idea who she is, but the point is, I know she's popular, and he brags about her. And it's either that or he's doing high knees in the middle of the airplane ride back home. But
don't look her up.
Don't look who up.
Sierra.
Oh,
wouldn't recommend that.
Well, I don't. I have plenty of other things like my Survivor for week 3.
And who's that?
Stuff I gotta do. And
I'm dead.
Who's your week 3 pick?
Before we get into boxing,
too early to tell.
before we get into boxing, I didn't get to watch the game as much, but shout out to the Packers, man, defeating the Commanders on prime time on Amazon Thursday. That was another great defense performance, man.
You know what's scary about the Packers? Micah Parsons, he barely played, I think 15% of the snaps it was. When he learns the playbook and he increases the amount of snaps, this defense is terrifying. And I'm already terrified, and I'm multiple states away from them. Seriously, with Micah Parsons on there, that team is a Super Bowl contender, and
they held the Commanders to 230 yards.
Wow.
And the Commanders looked all right with how great the Packers defense was. The Commanders looked okay. I mean,
yeah. Oh wait, Nick's getting cut off.
I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely brutal to see Austin Eckler go out though, because I think he may be done. People were last year, they were talking about how slow he is. They were filming his breakaway runs and comparing it to seasons prior, and he just visually did not look like the same player at all, and now he's out for the rest of the year. So I think Bill will definitely have, I don't know, he only had 4 rushes for 17 yards. They didn't run the ball very much because they were constantly behind, so that's not exactly his fault. But I think Austin Eckler's done, and Jaden Daniels, he didn't do all that great against a very, very good defense. So it'll be interesting to see how well he develops over the next few weeks. And he's only in year 2, so he has a lot to adjust to. Definitely. He's not like Lamar Jackson out here throwing these balls deep and running for 150 yards in a game.
I think that's a big boost for Ja'Cory Bill or Will, whatever they're calling him now. I'm not calling him that. I'm calling him Ja'Cory. Crockett Merritt. He's going to get a ton of snaps. And Chris Rodriguez, like, he never gets like a ton of hype like he does. He's going to get a lot of reps too. Honestly, with Eckler being gone, I might be in the minority here. I don't think it's that big of a loss because this isn't prime Eckler here. And Eckler always gets hurt, which sucks. And I mean, if this is it for a guy who went undrafted,
pretty good career. I'm not gonna lie.
Good career for a guy who went undrafted.
No.
Yeah, really good career. But yeah, I just wanted to mention the Packers, man. I feel really good now because last week I said it when I did a solo. I feel good about my Packers pick. I said they're the biggest threat to the Eagles in the NFC, and I said they potentially could come out the NFC conference and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. I'm feeling really good about that now. Looking 2 games in against some pretty solid teams too, like not no cupcake teams. Talking about the Lions and then now the Commanders. Looking really good. I'm feeling, and Michael Parsons hasn't even really played yet. Guys, we might have something on the ropes, man. This team's
who they play next week? You know who they play next week? Cleveland.
Oh, that's an easy dub. That is a cakewalk. As long as they don't take it too slightly, that should be a cakewalk.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, their schedule is not hard at all. They got the Cowboys after that, and then the Bengals. Now that Joe Burrow's out, that's probably going to be a whole lot easier. And then the next difficult team, I don't know if you consider the Steelers good. I don't think
so. I don't think they're good at all. I don't really think they're that good.
So you got the Eagles in like week 9, week 10. So they can easily be undefeated or have 1 loss by that time. So I think the Packers, and even after that, they don't have too many. Like, they have a really easy schedule this year. They play the Lions, and that's honestly it.
I think they also got Minnesota twice as well. Baltimore week 17, even though they'll probably be resting guys at that point.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weeks I could use them in Survivor now. I'm still trying to play. Like, I went strategic the first 2 weeks. I almost had a heart attack this week. Last week I was fine with Arizona. I don't know, but Green Bay, there's a lot to like with them. The only way they don't make the playoffs is if injuries happen, because Jordan Love was hurt last, and Jordan Love looks a lot better because he's a lot healthier now. So that team is really, really good.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's gonna do it for the football portion for this episode. But now we're gonna get Jeffrey up to speed. So Nicholas, you got to watch the fight last night, man. That fight last night between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford at Allegiant Stadium with over 70,000 people watching in Las Vegas. That was one of the greatest sporting events I probably ever witnessed. The hype, the anticipation, man. You could feel the adrenaline in the building. I mean, there were so many stars out watching that fight last night. Magic Johnson was in the house. Tracy Morgan was in the house. You had Macaulay Culkin there. Brenda Song. Wiz Khalifa was there. Sofia Vergara or something like that.
Who?
Some Colombian actress.
Oh, Sofia Vergara. Yeah,
Vergara.
The one who allegedly was dating Tom Brady recently. I know who that is.
Yeah. Stephen A. Smith was there too. Like, you had Mike Tyson was there. Jake Paul was there. Like, all the stars were in the house. And we knew what was at stake coming into this fight. The undisputed super middleweight championship between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. Crawford basically moved up 2 weight divisions to be in this fight. He was fighting at his heaviest because he never had a fight in his career fighting at 160 pounds or heavier. And he's coming against Canelo Alvarez, who has always been in this division. And the fact that he came in, he came into this fight 41-0, 31 career knockouts. Alvarez had 63-2-2 record, 39 knockouts throughout his career. And the fact that Crawford was able to come in and win this unanimously, man, it was a great fight to just watch. I just love the way Crawford was moving methodically. I know there was Canelo having a lot of power punches, things of that nature, but Crawford's ability to he's like a technician. He just able to move, bob, weave, flip. Oh, it was just beautiful.
It was basically the powerhouse versus the technician. That was what this boxing match was. And first off, can we please stop with these boxing matches going to 2 a.m.? Please. Like, I was a zombie at that. I was this close to basically saying, "Hey, I'll tape this and I'll watch it later." Well, it's on Netflix at that point. But yeah, that's basically what it was. And look, and Canelo is definitely getting up there in age, but dude,
Yeah.
this Crawford kid, he could be the future of boxing, and he proved that.
I mean, what do you mean the future? I mean, he's 37.
I know, but you know what I mean. Once Canelo's gonna call it, I don't know what he's planning to do. I'm telling you, Crawford could be that guy. Like that.
I think he's already been that guy. I don't know if you saw that Errol Spence fight 2 years ago where he
did not.
knocked the out. It was violent, bro. It was. You need to go watch that clip on YouTube. He knocked the dude out. Dude was done. And Errol Spence is no scrub. He's a really good boxer too. But Crawford, he laid him out, man. Crawford is that dude. I feel he has that Kobe Bryant mentality, but as a boxer, he's always trying to be the best. There's a reason he said he wanted to do singular sport because he didn't want to have to rely on anybody else for success. That's why he said he chose boxing. That's why he gave up football. He said, football, you got to rely on so many other dudes for you to be successful. He said, boxing, I know it's all on me, and I know I'm going to give it 110%. That's
why people go into Olympic wrestling as well. Not the pro wrestling stuff. I'm talking about real Olympic wrestling. A lot of them go in there because it's just you. You're the reason why you win. You're the reason why you lose. That's why a lot of people go into Olympic wrestling or boxing. Or UFC for that matter, because in UFC, it's basically on you.
Exactly. And I think in those early rounds, Crawford was definitely more of the aggressor. He was coming out with a lot of jabs, a lot of body shots, hook shots to Alvarez. Alvarez was kind
faster,
of especially in that first round. What do you say?
He had more speed than Canelo too. That's another reason why I think he won the match, because he had the speed. Again, like I say, he had the technician, mentality when it comes to boxing. And I think Canelo mainly had an over reliance on his power instead of strategy. And I think that really held him back in the match. But I really enjoyed it. First time in a while I watched boxing. I kind of held out a little bit on it, but it's still I gave it a shot. Again, overall good, but I beg boxing. Do not do these 2 a.m. shows, please.
Yeah, I was like a zombie too. I'm like, bro, I'm taking notes too. I was doing for my article.
How are you taking notes?
Everybody go check out my article that I released today. Go check out that article.
You basically pulled what you did there, taking notes at 2 a.m. That was basically me reading through the science textbook before doing a final exam. That was me. Going through all the science books. I'm like, what is this?
I'm like, yo, I haven't done a boxing article in 2 years. So there hasn't been a worthy fight to do one on. So I'm just like, you know what? This one is a big one. Anticipation, the hype around it, and it lived up to the hype. So I was like, let me make sure I take notes just in case. And I'm glad I did. And the fight was everything we imagined and envisioned coming into it. And then in the 5th round, I feel like the first 3-4 rounds, it was all Crawford. The 5th round, Canelo, I feel like started to really get into it. Even though it was a close match, Canelo, I feel like in that 5th round started to find some rhythm, find momentum. He was really throwing some real hard, vicious punches, man. Some right hooks, counters. He got some nice body shots into Crawford. If you watch the slow motion of some of the videos, it's like these guys are. You don't want to fight these dudes.
Yeah, you don't want to fight. You don't want to fight these dudes. You don't want to fight UFC dudes. You don't want to fight judo dudes. You don't want to fight pro wrestlers. You do not want to do that. I mean, don't fight anybody in general. That's the type of message I want brought here. Whoever's listening to this right now, do not fight anybody. Please.
Yeah.
Be peaceful. But don't fight these guys especially, because you will turn into Clayface from Batman and those comic book movies and those comics. Yeah, you will turn into one of those if you face these guys.
Yeah. And then in that 6th round, Crawford came out right away with that vicious left hand, man. That was kind of reminiscent of what the knockout punch he had against Errol Spence in 2023. And he was taunting Alvarez, man. And then Alvarez, after that punch, he had redness on his face. I was like, oh, he got him, bro.
Oh my God.
I was like, let's get it. I was like, let's get it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that was the moment that he won the fight.
Yeah.
When you saw the visual. And the thing about boxing too is these guys' brains are absolutely mush when they're retired. And we basically saw CTE right there. with a lot of these boxing matches. I'm not. You laugh, but it's true though. Like
boxing and football and hockey might be like those 3 sports.
And pro wrestling, you got to throw in there because some of the bumps they take, whether it's like, some of the bumps they take landing the floor, it's crazy with the CTE stuff there. Even sometimes in baseball, if you get hit in the head with a baseball, like I've seen sometimes happen with pitchers or regular players, like it's crazy. It really is. And I don't know how these boxers do it, especially with how many rounds they like. I don't even know how they do it.
Yeah. Hey, like, you train for it. You train for it, man. But yeah, like as the rounds got later on, you start seeing them both. Well, Crawford looked great. He looked like he was able to go. His elite
Canelo.
I mean, they're both in great shape, but Canelo started to look a little bit depleted once we got to those later rounds. And I know those punches that Crawford had and the technical punches he had to the body shots and then little cross hook jabs, left-handers and right-handers, that was getting to Canelo, and it kind of tired him out, especially because Crawford was doing a great job in playing smart, and because he knows Canelo has that power game, and that's how he's not really a jabber. He's someone who's going to get you with his power punches, and he had more power punches in this fight than Crawford did. I had the stats somewhere around here, but yeah. So according to power punches, according to CompuBox, so Crawford finished the fight with more total punches, landing 115 of 534. He had 70 power punches. Canelo had 99 total punches, but he had 83 power punches. That gave him the advantage. But Crawford's power accuracy was higher, 56% to Canelo's 49%. And then he connected on 45 of 326 compared to just 16 for Canelo. So that's a big disparity right there. And the one round that really was intense was that 9th round when they both were just like
they were exhausted,
nonstop rallying combination, 1-2 body shots by both. It was incredible sequence.
Yeah, they were getting exhausted too, and you could with Canelo. Well, Canelo was like at that point at round 6.
Yeah,
but
at round 9, like round 8 and up, he was done.
He was done.
Round 10. Oh man,
I'm surprised they finished it. They finished the round because it was getting scary there for a little bit, and you could tell like Canelo, like the way he was walking with like his knees too, like he was about to collapse. And I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But it was a hell of a fight. I think another thing too is this fight was also very well marketed by boxing. It was everywhere.
ESPN and I mean talking about everywhere.
It everywhere. ESPN, Peacock was advertising it like crazy. TKO did a great job with advertising it as well. You got to give them credit. I mean, this was everywhere, and I don't know what the money stuff is or like the viewership stuff. I haven't seen that yet, but I wouldn't be shocked if this was like one of the most viewed boxing matches in years.
Yeah, the ratings haven't come out yet for this, but I know the 70,000 fans who are in that Legion Stadium, they got to witness history.
Yeah. I do have a question to ask you, DJ. Do you think that they could like hire James Hudson to be a boxing fighter, knowing how he threw his career away with the Giants?
I don't know. You have to,
James Hudson was kind of punching during a lot of his blocks.
Oh man, that's a good question. But
is Javon Mims available? The guy who punched like Chauncey CJ Gardner-Johnson that one time? Is he available to box?
I don't know. Jeffrey, who do you think would be a great boxer? That throws. If you know any.
Let's see, Quinshon Judkins. Let's see, who else? Who else we got?
Tyreek Hill, you could throw his name on there.
Yep.
Le'Veon Bell did box a little bit. Frank Gore actually was a boxer too when he retired from the NFL. He did boxing. He wasn't bad.
In the NBA, I say Giannis. If you wanted to.
Draymond Green. We've seen Draymond Green. He's accurate with his punches.
Yeah.
Let's just say he hit the pool right on the head.
James Johnson. Oh man, NBA. Yeah.
Matthew Dellavedova. That dude is basically grit and sandpaper. Hockey. Matt Rempe's definitely on the list. Delorier's on the list.
Hockey, they always fighting in hockey. So
not only that, but they play through so many injuries. It's crazy. They could probably last long in a boxing fight too with the amount of injuries that they can manage. You know.
Yeah. But that fight last night, man, that was incredible. I just hope Crawford gets finally his just due. I feel like he was always underrated because I didn't even know the dude until like 2-3 years ago. I was like, this guy's record's amazing. How come he's not talked about more? But everybody's like, oh, he's never fought an elite fighter. But now that he finally did it and he beat a guy in Canelo who's a boxing legend and renowned around the world, I think he's finally got the respect that he deserves, and I think his legacy is forever cemented as one of the greatest. I think he's the greatest fighter of his generation. They were even saying it on the broadcast, and I agree with it. And he's one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters we've ever seen. His legacy is indelible and is cemented forever. That was an incredible fight last night, and he stepped up to the moment when his legacy was on the line. So that's just like Kobe would, man. He did it in the biggest moments when the lights shine brightest.
Yep. 100% agree with you, DJ.
Yeah. But yes, that's going to do it for another great episode on DJ Sports.
Oh, it's over?
Yeah.
I'm going to miss this.
Hey, tell the people where they can find you guys before we wrap it up.
Go ahead.
No, you first, Jeffrey. I'll be nice.
Right? You're always so nice to me.
Of course. I'm nice to everybody.
Yeah, unless they suck or they stink.
Not true.
That is
not true. That's the NFL fan version of me. The person, I am a nice man. DJ can attest to it, and I'm pretty sure Will could attest to it.
I'm dead.
Shout out to my boy Will.
Jeffrey Robinson on Instagram. That's where you'll find me.
Yep, you can find me. Just find my name, Nicholas Mullock. It's in bottom left or bottom right. I don't know. I pointed either way.
It's right there in the middle, I guess. I don't know if you'll see it
in the middle.
Export it, but yeah.
No, it'll export it. Trust me.
Yeah. StreamYard is probably different than Riverside. I don't know.
Yeah. So you can find me there. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. We'll see about other social media platforms. I'm on LinkedIn as well if you want to go on there. I write for Total Apex. I write for Stadium Rant, and I will be sure to write for more people. Spoiler alert, I'm keeping things a secret.
I'm sure if they listen to the whole thing, they would know.
You say it? You say it? Oh, okay.
I don't know if they listen to the whole thing. They probably heard you say it earlier, but yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is a test from a StreamYard. It went pretty smoothly for the most. I don't think there was any issues on my end. There was no.
I am such an idiot. I'm such an idiot. Welcome to the end of the stream, boys.
Yeah, this was a great episode. Funny. This was one of the funniest episodes I ever had. So,
plenty of clippable moments on here, DJ. I hope you're proud of us.
Oh yeah, this was definitely Comedy Central. I'm sure Kevin Hart and them will be very proud. But yeah, make sure you guys watch on YouTube, like and subscribe, share anybody you know. Audio platforms, leave a 5-star rating, and share anybody you know. I'm your host, DJ Hamilton, DJ Sports Show, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Bye-bye.
See ya.